rocking, don't stop it.
Brought to you by Sprite. It's the Toots pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. I've got the legendary Shaquille O'Neal by my side. Tonight we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Atlanta Hawks. You take a look at the Hawks. They managed to take Game 1 of the season series against this team, looking to seal their series advantage with a win tonight. There's Isaiah Thomas, the other Isaiah Thomas, the 60th pick.
And now, introducing the Boston Celtics! At the small forward position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 11, Evan Turner. Guard 6'2" from Texas, number 0, Avery Bradley. Starting at center, at 7 foot 0 inches, number 44, Tyler Zeller. Forward, 6'9", from the Ohio State, number 7, Jared Sullinger. At the point guard position, at 5 foot 9 inches, number 4, Isaiah Thomas. Your head coach is Brad Stevens.
"2K Sports" checks in with our loyal viewers with the broadcast from Boston, the home of the Celtics. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. Alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Boston playing for the home crowd again tonight. There's no question this game will put them to the test. Facing off against a team that has every expectation of beating them, they'll need to play a complete game to snare a win.
Well, this is a special matchup we've got here today. Two of the great franchises in this league. A lot of great games between these two clubs over the years, Clark.
You know what? I think if you ask them, Steve, as far as they're concerned, this game counts double time in the standing. It really holds a lot of weight with them.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Atlanta Hawks. Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. Teague and Korver in the backcourt. And it's Carroll in at the 3, the small forward. And the shot is good.
And he's on the board early.
The first to strike there. Nice hoop. You know, Boston has shown they're a team that's not afraid to make a deal with one of their stars if they think it's going to benefit the team. And quite often, those deals have worked out for them.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, good call there. You could tell he was moving into the defender when he tried to set the screen.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder, dipped right into him, too. I mean, he was going to be called on that foul either way.
Teague against Thomas. That's good. Teague's got his first 2 points.
You know, when he's in that tight with that kind of height advantage over the defender, that's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
Celtics on offense. 4-point game. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop it.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon.
And it's Bradley off the drive. Tries again. And the layup is up and in.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second-chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Turner dishes to Thomas. He shoots again. Rejected by Millsap. They retain possession. Out to the right wing. Shoots from the baseline. And again, it's Atlanta.
You can't give him that shot. I mean, a few open looks are all it takes, and he could really get rolling.
The Celtics have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Thomas against T. Outside for Thomas. Jacks up a three. That's good. Thomas got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
That's good.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. 4 of their first 5 shots they've drained.
Well, you know, head coach Brad Stevens of the Celtics is coaching a much different game in the pros than we see in college. I mean, a lot of differences. But if anybody can make that transition, I really think he's certainly the guy that could. He's bright, he's hardworking, he communicates well, he's innovative, showed that innovativeness at the college level. So I think he's got all of the ingredients to become a college coach who is successful as an NBA coach.
All free throws good from Korver. And Coach Stevens, analytically minded at Butler, had a full-time statistician as one of his assistants.
Yeah, very new school in his approach. You might expect that from such a young guy, still in his 30s. Of course, he also needs to connect with his players. And he's doing well. Despite the losses, the players really enjoyed playing for Stevens. And I think he's going to be an excellent coach.
Over in the corner, Zeller. Turner with a screen on Horford. And Zeller kicks to Sullinger. Clock at 6. Thomas gets a wide open look, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
And that one's good. Millsap.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you've got to continue to go to the well.
Now, here's Thomas. He had 10 points in the win against New Orleans. Pass to Zeller. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Turner's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Carroll kicks to Horford. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
Thomas against Teague. They get a hand on it, and now it's Teague running. He can go all the way. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure or run out, Thomas, they both can fill it up in a hurry. And, you know, they both play the game with the confidence and swagger of a power forward.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Tyler Zeller. Jerebko comes in for Sullinger. Crowder, he's checked in for Turner. And Smart subbed in for Avery Bradley. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Eldon Brand's checked in for Horford. Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for DeMar Carroll. And it's Kent Bazemore in for T.
Well, Isaiah Thomas, not the dunker that Nate Robinson is, but he's a really good finisher around the rim despite his small stature. Able to make mid-air adjustments and has that great touch using creative angles to evade shot blockers.
Such a wide open look. Smart's got himself on the board with 3 there.
No matter who it is, that kind of defense is not going to cut it.
Here's Brand, powered down with both hands. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
And Isaiah Thomas, a natural scorer, but also a willing passer. He's trying to find that balance, Clark, between the two.
Kevin, there is always a place for anybody that can put the ball in the bucket with regularity. He can improve as a passer, sure, but his game is scoring the ball, and off of his scoring ability, he's able to set up other people.
And the shot is good.
You know, he was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Agreed. As long as he picks his spots, his outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on it. That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Smart puts the pick in for Thomas. There's 39 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Smart misses.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
Here's Bazemore. Shot is blocked, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Bill Pressey's checked in for the Celtics.
Bill Pressey.
And for Atlanta, they come in off a good outing against the 76ers.
And, guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And to do it on the road, too. I mean, with the way they just kept coming at him and coming at him, they kept that crowd out of the game the entire time. That's good work.
Clock at 4. And he gets it to go. Pressy's got his first bucket in this one.
Really aggressive play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
Tell you what, I love that fearless attitude.
And no good trying to get that one. And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Hawks lead by 3. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Coming up next Monday night, January 19th, Paul George and the Indiana Pacers take on James Harden and the Houston Rockets. Don't miss out.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, Steve, Clark, your thoughts?
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. Established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
On the court for Atlanta, Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. Teague out there with Kent Bazemore, and it's Cephalosha in at the 3 spot. Pressey against Teague. Here's Crowder. No good. That would have tied it. The Hawks leading by 3. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, gentlemen, Kelly Olynyk grew up in a basketball family. His father was the head coach at the University of Toronto. Kelly said, "I had unlimited access to a huge basketball mind, which was unbelievable. He loved the game so much, and he had so much knowledge and experience. It really made me want to succeed in the game." Guys?
Great skill in that front court. He fits right in. Thanks, Doris. They get it back. Millsap. And he banks in the layup. And the Hawks lead by 5.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
Boston's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. And now, the first timeout called here for Boston. Boston making some changes. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Sullinger comes in for Urebko. And Bradley's subbed in for Smart. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Sullinger passes to Crowder. And the jam by Tyler Zeller. This game going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over here.
Well, you know what,
he's
Kevin?
disgusting.
Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Well, they're trying to play fast and trying to put the defense on their heels.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Evan Turner, he's checked in for Boston. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Carroll's checked in.
Hawks coach Mike Budenholzer grew up around the game. His father coached high school and college basketball for 25 years, and Mike got into coaching pretty much immediately after graduating from college. Sounded like a guy who knew what he wanted to do.
And Coach Budenholzer, two-sport athlete at Pomona, golf and basketball, also graduated with a triple major in politics, philosophy, and economics. It sounds just like you at Arizona.
Similar, only different. But, you know, shortly after college, Budenholzer actually took over as the video coordinator for the Spurs, and that's where his career took off. He ended up spending 19 seasons alongside Greg Popovich, winning 4 titles, and now here he is coaching the Atlanta Hawks.
The defense looking a little bit dazed now. A ferocious throw down there.
Not bad for a player of his size.
Not bad at all. How about that spring coming out of those legs?
Thomas, good.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Sullinger brings the double team. Thomas against T. 5 to shoot. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Celtics trail by 8. Outside Thomas. Sullinger, a screen on Teague. Teague on the double team. Sullinger dishes to Turner. Looks for Thomas, gets it to him. And that one's good. Thomas got 13.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
The Celtics have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Outside Bradley. Thomas against Teague. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Carroll on touch. He's checked in for Al Horford.
First personal foul. First team foul. Now into the line of box.
Teague against Thomas. Outside Turner. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Millsap left side. Pushing their lead to double digits. And now a 10-point Hawks lead.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball. Really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get them. I mean, they're hitting their shots.
Now here's Bradley. Right now averaging 7 points a game. And he banks in the lane. Here's Teague.
Avery Bradley out of Texas, one of the elite perimeter defenders in the NBA. A guy who can really give you nightmares bringing the ball up the floor. 6'2", but with long arms, and he can defend both guard positions. Really pressures the ball well.
1:41 left to play here in the second quarter. Now a timeout called by Boston. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, guys, it was just a very poor shooting night. I mean, they were ice cold all night out there. And when you can't put the ball in the hole, it's so difficult to find a way to win.
Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Then for the Hawks, Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Korver in for Thabo Sefolosha. Now, here's Thomas. He's got 13. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his third foul of the game. And that poor shot selection, it'll kill you.
Every time, Kevin. Bad shots, bricks, missing easy jumpers. That won't get it done, plain and simple. They need to take it easy here, back off, make sure they get some good looks at the basket.
Just 4 to shoot. And Thomas, here we go.
Isaiah Thomas actually named after the former Pistons great. You might think his father was a big fan, but it's actually the opposite. His dad was a Laker fan. He lost a bet in the 1989 finals. Incredible story. Pistons went on to beat the Lakers, so he had to name his son Isaiah. I guess he'd be named Magic if they had won.
The Celtics making a switch here. Smart's checked in. Shot's good. Doncic has got the lead up to 10 now for the Hawks. Boston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Thomas against Teague. Thomas kicks to Olynyk. Back to Thomas. And that one's good. Thomas got 8 points here in this quarter. And Isaiah grew up in Seattle. Loved the Sonics. But also because of his father was a big Lakers fan.
There's some conflicting allegiances for Thomas there. I mean, he played 3 years for the Sacramento Kings, who've had their rivalry with the Lakers. Seattle made their failed bid for the Kings. He had to have mixed emotions there, too. Well, analytics are here to stay, and Marcus Smart is one of the higher-rated prospects when you look at the analytics. He's got a high rate of steals and rebounds, which is always something that typically translates well to the pro game. Both of those things reflect his competitive spirit. It's obvious this young man goes at it full throttle when he's on the court.
And Smart with great size and athleticism for the point guard position. 6'3", 6'9" wingspan. He looks big and plays even bigger.
I think he's an old-school combo guard. I mean, he's got point guard skills and leadership ability. He can penetrate. He can finish. But I think he's just a guard that you'll win with because he does not only the things you highlight and measure, but he also does the intangibles too.
And Boston has possession. Following the bucket by the Hawks. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, they've been aggressive, and that's really important. You've got to continue to attack.
Atlanta leading by 8. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Korver for 3. Rebound by Olynyk. The Celtics have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Smart kicks to Jerebko, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. Well, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this lead.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here. Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
Here's Preston. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's Atlanta up 9. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. On the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Nice game. Great performance by Isaiah Thomas.
I like that he didn't force anything in that first half. His decision-making was really flawless.
That being the case, Steve, I think they want him to be more assertive in the second half. Look to take more shots. Be a little more shot hungry, even the tough ones.
Sullinger and Zeller together down low. Avery Bradley is out there with Isaiah Thomas, and it's Turner in at the 3 spot. That's the Boston 5. And good on the basket. Looking. And that's now 19 points for Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, beautiful drive there, going right around the bigger man.
Here's Korver, and he gets it to go. And the Hawks lead by 9.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket.
Thomas goes in. Atlanta with the rebound.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Millsap. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Millsap's got 8 points. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Thomas with the ball. Picked up by Teague. Zeller setting the pick for Thomas. Zeller passes to Thomas. Here's Bradley. The three-pointer no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Kyle Korver really keeps his defender busy. He's great at running off screens, and that's where he gets a lot of his shots. And even when he doesn't get the ball, he occupies the defense, which is so important for his team.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And Atlanta has possession. The Hawks leading by 13. And Korver really trains so that he can sustain that energy moving off the ball.
That's one of the more impressive things about it. Not only his quick release, but the work he does prior to getting loose for those shots. It takes an awful lot of endurance, stamina, and mental toughness, Kevin.
Here's Thomas. Following the basket by Paul Millsap. On the wing, Turner. Back to Thomas. Passes it to Bradley. Thomas up top. Teague covering. And Thomas. Here we go. Here's Sullinger. No good again that time.
Well, that's a lot of bricks by them early in the second. Only one make, on 5 tries so far in the second half. Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out in the perimeter, make them beat you from long range. Al Horford, 6'10", 250, really a natural power forward who's been asked to play at center for his whole career. He's shown himself willing to battle bigger players inside, but you got to think he'd welcome a chance to switch back to the 4 spot.
Atlanta making a switch here. Cephalosha's checked in.
And for Horford, able to scrap inside to overcome his lack of size defensively, his quickness is his biggest advantage. I mean, he's excellent at moving in space and defending the pick and roll.
Boy, what a nice third quarter surge they've got going on right now.
Steve, never a better time than the third quarter in my mind to get the momentum going your way.
Now, here's Thomas. 21 points in the game. Back to Turner. Shot clock at 6, and the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game. Here's talking about Horford's advantages playing center. Certainly his offensive skill set among those advantages.
Yeah, and an excellent mid-range jump shooter and ball handler. He can face up, he can draw opposing bigs further out than they'd like, but he's also strong enough and quick enough to get past them and get to the rim.
Over to the left wing. Millsap attacking to the wing on the left. Korver, good. Korver's got 6.
They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
And that one's good.
He's been a bright spot for them. He's had an incredibly efficient offensive performance.
Steve, his shooting really has been just terrific. They'd be much worse off if it weren't for him, that's for sure.
He's been so reliable again today, Kevin, and they need his points, and he's providing them.
Celtics trail by 17. Thomas with the ball. 23 points in the game, and the call will be against Jeff Teague. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. So Boston ends up going with a new group, and then for Atlanta, Elton Brand's checked in for Millsap, and it's Kent Bazemore in for Teague. Here's Pressey. Olynyk sets a screen for Smart. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
Here's Bazemore. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And the shooting percentage continues to climb, guys, here in the second half. They're on fire.
Steve, I like the collective focus since halftime. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Here's Pressey. Following the bucket by the Hawks. Feeds to Crowder. Dishes to Olynyk. The runner, and he gets it to go. We've got 1:13 left to play here in the third. Brand dishes to Bazemore. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Bazemore's got 11.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
Well, they continue to find the open man and play unselfishly. This is true team basketball we're seeing.
Now here's Smart. Right now averaging 5 points a game. Pressey kicks to Crowder. Shot clock at 6. Rebounded by Cephalosha.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
They get it back. And there's the feed to Bazemore. To the left side wing. Korver kicks it to Bazemore. Out left to the wing. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Cephalosha misses. Top of the key, Pressey. Off his foot. And the ref's whistling a kick ball. Thomas gets a wide open look. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Hawks lead by 19. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports.
Tune in Monday, January 19th. Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks take on Marc Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies. A conference battle in the... Make sure to catch...
Come on.
And a chance to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, today it comes from one of the men in the middle. Kevin, let me tell you, anytime you get a big man who can pass like this, it really changes the way you can play offense. It diversifies your offensive attack.
Let me ask you, who is the best passing big man you played with?
Luke Longley.
Oh, the Australian.
Yes. Big redhead. Good passer down on the low block.
Former #1 pick by the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Hawks leading by 19. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Atlanta, Mike Scott out there with Damari Carroll. Then there's Teague. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's Cephalosha in at the shooting guard position. And here's Atlanta. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Left side, Scott. He feeds it to Cephalosha. Back to Scott. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slamming.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
Well, that's part of what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Zeller setting the pick for Thomas. Here's Sullinger. No luck. Good work defensively by Millsap. Cephalosha with it. Carroll passes to Teague. And he's good on the three ball.
They've built this lead through plays exactly like that. He's easily been their most consistent performer.
Well, he's been splashing everything today.
Smart, wide open, he fires. Here's Zeller, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Guys, good job working it down low and getting the high percentage look there. That's good basketball.
Some changes for Boston. Turner comes in for Crowder, and Bradley's subbed in for Smart. Al Horford is checked in for Atlanta, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
You know, he doesn't fit into that kind of classic power forward mold, but he has that tremendous athleticism.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Thomas goes in. Pass to Bradley. Knocks it loose and stolen by Cephalosha. Jumps up. The big dunk at the end of the break.
How about that nice 1-2 punch there, guys? Great defensive play, and of course, it leads to the great basket in transition.
Love the attacking style there, Steve.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Horford with the block. And here's the fast break. Carroll leading the way.
Jeff Teague, one of the quickest and most elusive point guards in the NBA. He's incredible in transition, and where he's really improved is in the half court. He's figured out how to carve up defenses off the dribble.
And Teague, a top-tier penetrator, a nice teardrop in the lane.
And he's an improved passer, too, Kevin. I like the confidence he's starting to play with now. Getting into the lane, he's elite when it comes to the assist-turnover ratio. Point guards are measured by, and he continues to expand his offensive game as well. What a game we've seen here for Teague. 15 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Well, he's been playing a very energetic brand of defense, Clark. You got to love it.
Pressey's checked in for Boston. And then for Atlanta, Carroll Antich, he's checked in for Horford. Ken Bazemore comes in for Damari Carroll, and it's Jenkins in for Thabo Cephalosha.
Well, a new award in the NBA starting 2 seasons ago, the Twyman Stokes Best Teammate. And the first honoree was Chauncey Billups.
Shots good by Turner. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Jenkins dishes to Millsap. Kicks to Antich. Hawks passing it around. Here's Bazemore. And he gets the bucket. And the names of that award memorializes the incredible story of Jack Twyman and Maurice Stokes. Stokes, an NBA All-Star in each of his first 3 seasons. But in a game in 1958, he took a hard fall, hit his head, and thereafter became paralyzed.
One of the saddest and most moving stories in the history of sports. Stokes was waived by the team, and his family couldn't afford his gigantic medical bills, but his teammate Jack Twyman worked tirelessly on his behalf. A tremendous story of love, caring, and service in a tough situation.
Pressey kicks to Turner. Now the dish to Pressey. And the pass to Bradley. Shot clock at 6. Here's Sullinger. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Hawks.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And they're getting so much penetration on the defense that they're getting a lot of easy buckets as a result of breaking down that defense.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Mike Scott's checked in for Millsap, and it's Schroeder in for Jeff Teague. Free throws good from Sullinger.
You know, it's such a treat to watch the game for a living. It doesn't stand still. It keeps evolving. And as we see the leadership changing hands, a new commissioner, new owners, I think that process will continue. And hopefully they'll strike that balance between preserving the tradition of the game while also continuing to attract new fans. Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that one.
Here's Wallace. Puts up the baby hook. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Boston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. You talk about the new team owners. More than 30%, Clark, of the league's teams have changed hands. I didn't know this since 2010.
I did not either, but again, as franchises grow in value, the owners are getting much more involved. And again, understanding the appreciation potential of this kind of asset. It's a bigger chunk of their portfolio now. It used to be owners were guys that kind of came through the basketball business somewhat and didn't look at it as something that could be a viable asset. But now, it's a big business play.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, a great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these teams.
Thomas gets a wide open look. Nice shot from the wing. Thomas got 25 points in the game. Here's Millsap. And that one goes long. The Celtics shooting the pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for the Hawks.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
And that produced great fruit for them in transition.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
This win will give them victories in each of the first 2 games of this season series. In the end, this game turned out to be just a continuation of what we've already seen.
Yeah, they've got their sights now set on a 3-0 sweep, and given what's going on in the first 2 games, that's probably what will happen.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Paul Millsap. You look at the energy brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see he was a difference maker.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Jared Sullinger. Jerebko comes in for Turner. And Phil Pressey subbed in for Thomas. The Hawks have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. And some solid looks for them. Good!
Well, guys, tonight they came in here and really dictated the terms of the engagement, which is very difficult to do as the visitors.
You're right. That's not usually the way things work in the NBA. It's a great win, and no question, it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here.
Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Jeff Teague. And he gets the bucket.
Just look at how quickly their lead has grown over the course of the last few possessions.
Boy, they've really saved their best for last, haven't they?
Well, it looks like their comeback hopes are out the window. I think this lead is safe now.
Yep, this one's a done deal.
Olynyk laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
The defenders have to be aware. They cannot allow him that position before he catches the ball.
You're exactly right, Steve. That is his domain.
Atlanta's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Scott the pass to Millsap. Stolen away. Now Jerebko. There's a good screen. Bradley, no one around him. Off target from outside. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Jeff T.